G'day. Welcome to Goldson's Gold Making Weekly Recap, The War Within, Episode 0. This week I'm starting from scratch with a new revised goal of obtaining 100 million gold in the War Within expansion. In the last week of Dragonflight, I earned 228,585 gold. My total gold earned since launching the channel back in June 2024 is 5,168,120 gold. I've also recorded 114 hours of in-game time since then, which gives my gold per hour average around to be 45,000 per hour. I mainly crafted and sold stuff on the auction house last week, but for the War Within, I'll be starting fresh with a balance of around 19 million gold. I will hit my goal when my gold total hits 119,073,383 gold. But all in all, I had a pretty full-on week as usual. Stay tuned for a more in-depth review on how I track me gold and how I spend me time in the game after the intro. G'day truth seekers and confused admirers, Goldson here, showing you a different mindset regarding virtual wealth creation. By setting goals, minimizing the distractions, the power of being focused and consistent, my goal for the War Within is to obtain 100 million gold. Join me on my adventure where I can impart knowledge and important life lessons that has made me the person who I am today. How you going? Alright, cool. That's awesome. So, today's episode for the weekly recap, we're going to look into how I'm going to set up my weekly videos from now on, and just know that this new setup isn't kind of foolproof, if you know what I mean. Like it's going to be iterated over time to the point where we have like a weekly show and we go through all bunch of stuff. So everything you see today is just a work in progress, really. Who knows where it's going to take, but having a weekly video at a minimum is pretty good, I think. You know, and then if I can fit any more videos in throughout the week during my play time, then yes, I will definitely do that. But let's jump into it. All right, so this is like a table of contents. You see I've updated it from last week. It's got the War Within Weekly Gold Making Recap, and we went through the intro already, because there's people out there with short attention spans. They just want to see what's up, and then they want to fuck off, which is okay. But if you're here now and you're interested to see what we've got to show, and it's not really that important to anyone else other than myself, and it's like a weekly recap where we can just show over time, you know, our efforts, or in this case mine efforts. But it definitely helps, like noting down these kind of things like goals, so like, or what you've done, and just sort of like a recap, so you can sort of see over time how you're going. But so I've put in here like what I crafted, and then I got what I sold, any goal reviews from like the previous week, any extra activities I've done in the game that weren't on the goal list, and then I've got a section here, proof of gold, where if you're familiar, where we log into the game and we write down on the spreadsheets, and we write down how much gold we've had, how much time we played, and we sort of get like a rough gold per hour, or GPH as some people call it. And we look at our long-term goals, and then in progression, we review progression of those long-term goals. Then in new goals, we basically, what are we going to do this week, you know? And then in conclusion, just my final thoughts on how the game's going, the community's going, how's everyone going, you know, just a little bit of a chin wag. So let's get into it. Okay, so what I crafted mainly is I had Dracothus here. It's probably the last Dracothus I'm going to make, so I'm probably not going to make any more of these unless there's like some stupid demand during the War Within and someone needs them. I doubt it. You know, it might craft a bunch there just to sit there, and if the price goes up one day, I can just drop a little bit, you know, no biggie. I made some Azure bolts, supposed to be rank 3, and a couple there I forgot to hit the button on concentration. So I was sitting there like, oh, and then next minute I've made 51 of the ones without concentration. Oh, okay. Well, that sucked. But yeah, I can only make this many plus this. Normally I make over 1,100, but with the new concentration changes, pretty much not a thing. But yeah, anyway, so that's what I crafted, and what I sold. Let's go into that. So what I got rid of the glow spores. So I had left, because you know you have a bit of resourcefulness from your crafts, and normally I keep them for the next week, so I don't. But like this time I sold them all, because it's the last week of Dragonflight. Everyone's just getting rid of all their shit and no one's buying anything. So it's like there's discounts on everything. So that's basically what I did. I didn't make as much gold. I just wanted to get rid of everything. I didn't want to be stuck holding 35,000 glow spores, you know. I just undercut, and then sold it, and then I was done. So I didn't really I made money, but I didn't make as much, but I got rid of everything. So I got silk and gem dust. I was using that instead of rank 3. All my vibrant watercloth bolt rank 3, I got rid of that. Waken orders, waken frosts. Yeah, got rid of I sold the Dracothus, sold all the Azure bolts, and basically sold everything. Alrighty, so the next section is the goal review. So we're going to review the goals from last week. And I'd had the goal of craft 560 Dracothus, and we did that. And then I had a goal for craft 1176 Azure bolts. I didn't manage that. I was pretty busy. You couldn't craft as many as that. Well, technically I could, but I didn't bother with rank 2 because I was making the alchemy guide and the tailoring guide at the same time. I was like, fuck it. So I gave it a big cross. I did make the alchemy guide, so tick, and the tailoring guide. So if you did like those videos, I took a bit of time to make them, and I kind of like making them because each slideshow, each presentation is kind of like a flow chart, or like I can gather my thoughts, like a bit of a brainstorm, and I can rearrange it how I want to portray it. And I think it's just an easier teaching method. It does take more time, but I think people appreciate that instead of just a talking head, because you know, like I can just sit here and just talk for days without nothing on the screen, and no one's going to be interested. So my method's a way to engage the audience a bit more and really get into it. So and I had a goal here to make my War Within strategy. I didn't make that video. I'm going to make that video next week or this week. Okay, so now we're on to the extra activities. This is basically extra shit I did in the game that wasn't on the goal list. You know, like I'm watching a YouTube video or I'm reading something and I go, oh, fuck, I'll do that straight away. And this is a segment where I did that, and I'll go through it now. All right, so I did the intro quest on all of my 120 toons, and we're referring directly to the War Within intro quest and that everyone gets in their quest log, and you can't get rid of it because you have to do it. It requires you to go to Silithus and, you know, use your they give you like a little teleportation scroll that teleports you to Silithus. Just be careful, because on a few of my mages, for some reason, I was like walking, or like I made a slight movement, and then I ended up teleporting through the ground, like on 3 alts, and I'm like, I'll log in and it'll just be teleporting disconnect, and I couldn't get in, so I had to use the Blizzard stuck character transfer service. So like find my character on the list, click the button, and then it'll teleport it to a safe location, because I couldn't log in. It was automatically disconnecting, so that was a bit of a fail, and it took me a while to work that out, but I did it. So the reason why I did it is because I don't have to do it next week, or when on Friday when the launch comes out. So if I'm going to do it anyway, and I don't think there's like a skip for all your ults. I think everyone has to go and do it, but who knows? There could be a skip, but I do it anyway just in case. I crafted 80 Philosopher's Stones because I had a mate, Bravanza. He hit me up on Scope Killer's multi-box stream, and we hang out there usually because I can't stream, but I can participate in Scope's stream, and he's happy to have more people join. So if you want to check out Scope Killer on Twitch, he's me mate, and he predominantly does multi-boxing, but like the new style of multi-boxing, not the old style where it's all like illegal. But yeah, Bravanza told me, he said, because he said, you make Philosopher's Stone, you need them now for the War Within. And I'm like, really? They said, I said they didn't have to have that in Dragonflight. And he's like, yeah, I know, but on the beta, you have to get one. And I remember he's right. And there's so many Philosopher's Stones out there. And he said, I'll just craft the classic one. And I went and did that. So I made a little post on X, so you can go and have a look at that. It's just like an 8-second loop video that shows you how to get this Philosopher's Stone. Just requires you to buy some materials, fly to gadget scan, get the recipe, craft a bunch of potions, then craft and then chuck it in your bag, really. But there's so many Alchemist Stones out there. He did message me later and he said, you can get the Philosopher's Stone or Alchemist Stone from Mr. Pandaria and all this and that. Like, there's so many ways to get one, but we got one because you need one for alchemy transmuting. So we obtain them now, so we don't have to do it later. Okay, I sold all the Dragonflight reagents. So I got rid of everything. Everything out of my bags, big cleanup, huge cleanup. There's nothing in my bank, just gold, a few reagent bags that I'm going to sell in the War Within, and some chrono cloth are just going to sit there for extra reagent bags. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, to be honest. But let's go, the cat reckons. Yeah, 5k gold on each turn. What do I mean by that? Like, I put all my characters, all their excess gold, any surplus gold I put into the war bank. So each character has 5k gold on them right now. So they're going to go into the War Within with 5k. I think if they get over 10k gold, or I'll just chuck it all back into the war bank, because I'd rather in the war bank. But that was extra activities. Now we're going to hit up proof of gold, and this segment is recorded already, so hence because I got all the data from the intro. But yeah, I'm going to click to this one now, and just so you can have a look. So yeah. All right, we're at the proof of gold segment of the weekly recap. To say no, WoW Remix finishes today. So if you got all your olds up for the old army experience, good on you, mate. Very good. But we're going to log in and we're going to showcase how much gold I've got, how much time I played, and I've sort of make like a new basis for the War Within, because yeah, obviously we want to start at 100. We want to make 100 million in the War Within. Okay, so we're in on the first account, and first off, we want to get some information, just as because we need to make a new datum point. So I'll go to my personal guild. All right, let's see how much money we got in here. So we've got gold cap in the bank. So 99999. So what I do, I'll alt tab, and this is the weekly sheet here. So you can see here in orange on Dragonflight 00, that was the first episode of the channel back in June. So we started off with 16, and we're going to make a new datum point now. So what I'll do, it's the same, the guild bank hasn't changed, so I'll just keep that same number. And you can see here, the yellow boxes add up to the one on the left. So we'll go check the war bank now. All right, so the war bank's just opposite here, just in your normal bank. So if you're not sure, you got bank, reagent bank, and then this reagent bank's going to be dead on arrival. Why would you put stuff in there? Maybe long-term storage in there. Warband bank. All right, so we've got 8,460,341. So 8,460. 8,460. 341. Let's just double check that. 8,460, 341. Okay, so that's all the gold in my war bank. I put it in the war bank because, you know, it kind of makes sense. Like it's obviously working now, and like if you got multiple accounts and say one of them gets banned for whatever reason, then all that gold is gone. So I try and keep minimal amounts of gold on my characters and keep most of it in the war bank from now on. Just because I had in the past, my other account got banned purely because of my degenerate leaving of time walking dungeons. Don't leave time walking dungeons as soon as you hit 70. Don't be a dick. So I learned that lesson the hard way. But we got here, we're going to chuck in, we go into Alcoholic, and Alcoholic, I just use it basically, it collates how much time I've played and how much gold I've got on all my characters on this account. So you can see here, I've got 60 characters, and it tells you at the bottom the total amount of gold. We'll write that in. So we got 299,578. 299,578. 299,578. Okay, and now we want to type in the days played. So played 384 days, 3 hours 45 minutes. 384, 3 hours 45. So you can see here, I've got a little calculator here that you put in the days, hours, and minutes, and what it does is it splits it into minutes, and then it adds up the minutes, and then it divides by 60. So you sort of get roughly, well, it's pretty accurate, but like how much hours you've played. But we need one more information. We need the second account. So we'll log off this one, and this is the second account here. So we'll log into Borealis Bank, because Borealis is the best zone. Get your black tea in there, mate. I'm trying to give up coffee, true. Addictive shit, but you know, they say that there's caffeine in black tea as well, so it's the lesser of two evils, isn't it? Okay, so we're on the second account, go to Alcoholic again, and we scroll down, and then we get the gold. So the gold here is 313,465. 313,465, and once that's totaled, we can go to the gold per hour tab, and then now we need to put in the time. So this one's 27 days, 4 hours, 10 minutes. Okay, so now that we've inputted all our gold, all our time played, now we can swipe left, and then we're going to come to the gold earn page. Now you can see here at the start of the channel, I put it DF00, so that and this one in orange. So that my balance at the start of the channel was 16 million, and now that we're going into the war within, I want to start fresh again. So we're going to do the same. We're going to make a new datum point. So we put in here, we'll just swipe down and that'll give us our total, and then I'll color the cell in orange so we know it's a datum point. All right. So all this other stuff we can get rid of. But you can see we're up to 19,073,000, and we didn't have a big week because the last week, you know, no one's buying anything at the end of the expansion. You know, everyone's done their shit. Like there's minimal gold to be made in terms of dragonfight stuff, but if we drag down, it does a little calculation for us. So we still made 228,000, which is not bad. Better than nothing, better than kicking the ass. And if we swipe down here on the hours, it'll tell us, because we're our input calculation, we got the hours here. So I paid 14 hours last week. The rest was making the guides and all that stuff and spreadsheets and all. So I didn't really spend much time in the game over the whole week. Couple of hours a day. And then, all right, so what's our gold per hour, or GPH? And we made 16.6 thousand. Not bad. So we tick that box. So that's our datum point. And because it's a datum point, really, we can sort of have might as well have a little recap for the last, what's that? The last 10 weeks since the start of the channel, we've made 5.1 million, spent 114 hours in the game, and we had a gold per hour of 45k. So basically, since starting the channel, I haven't really played much, as you can see, over like that much time. So, but we still managed to make gold quite passively, just doing basic crafts. And that's kind of I want to be in a similar position in War Within. And yeah, obviously with a lot more characters, and as long as we get steady gold every week and we're not in a negative, then eventually we're going to reach our goal of 100 million, right? So there's I'm not really in a rush. Like if I can't make 100 million in the War Within, it'll just carry on until I get the goal. But I'm pretty certain I can reach that goal. Like I think I can work out roughly how much gold I need to make per hour to get to that stage. So anyway, so we'll just highlight these cells and then hide them. So we can hide, and now we've sort of got a new datum, so we can color it green as in done, and then next week we'll blank that off and we'll start again. So yeah, there's gold per hour, proof of gold, sorry, and back to the main video. All right, so that's the proof of gold. Hope you enjoyed that. I think it's important to include that kind of shit into the weekly video, just as, you know, a proof. You know, I could if I didn't have that in there, I could be bullshitting you. You know, like I don't want to lie to anyone. I want to be as transparent as I can, because like that's the best. Like honesty is the best policy, man, in my opinion. But let's go to the goals. You want to check out the long-term goals. So on the long-term goals, the first one is to get all it's sort of going to be all done concurrently, but I've listed here all my toons, all 120 toons to level 80. That's a long-term goal. It's not a priority goal at the moment, not really. It only becomes a priority if they do bring out a level requirement for my alchemists, kind of like what they did in Dragonflight with the Dracothus recipes and stuff in the Zaralat cabin. But anyway, and the next one is to get 80 tailors with 310 knowledge points each, which is a full build for bolt crafting, epic and rare, and then 80 alchemists to get 230 knowledge points each, and that'll be a full build for and these 80 alts are going to be my primary income source for the whole expansion. So whether they're profitable or not is only time will tell. I think they're going to be quite profitable once they're all leveled up and they've got everything sorted and they're just plucking away every day, chipping away. Because everything, at the end of the day, everything adds up. And the final goal for the War Within is to earn 100 million gold. And today, after the Proof of Gold segment you watched, we're going to go through next week and we're going to start fresh. So from week 1, we're going to go through and we're going to write down how much gold we made. And every week, I'm going to try and not spend as much money. Like if I'm going to spend money in the game, I want to earn it first, then spend it. So I'm sort of never in a negative, but there might come a time where I have to spend a bit of gold just to get all my alts set up, which is quite possible. To get the ball rolling, might have to take a bit, but I've got enough there. If you've seen in the proof of gold, I've got about what, 19 million to play with. I don't expect to spend all of it, and there's a bit of a hot tip. Don't go crazy on the first week. So the first week, I ain't touching my professions, man. I am just going to level up and farm for days. Because if you try and do all this shit in the first week, man, you're asking for trouble. All right, so that's the long-term goals. And the next one is the progression of that. So we'll quickly go into this. So it's exactly the same thing, but this one I've got like a little progress bar, and every week I've got spreadsheets that track all my levels and my knowledge points and my gold. So I'll just come in here and I'll just update with I think so next week I'll have the previous percentages here on the left, and then on the right I'll have the upgraded, so you can see how much percent I've done each week. That's a cool one there. And so, okay, new goals. So if you've just skipped everything and you're here now, because I've got to find out how to, if you're watching this and you've skipped to this section, I've worked out how to add in the timestamps on the video, because before I was doing it in the comments with the timestamps, but apparently you can do it, you can split your video up on YouTube into chapters. So that kind of makes sense to do that on the weekly video. I wouldn't do it for every video because it might be time consuming, but yeah, so new goals. What are we going to do for this week? So my War Within goals was going to start on Friday. Apparently it's like 8 o'clock in the morning Friday, which is awesome. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I got the whole weekend to smash it out for the early access. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is log into all my 120 alts. That's the first priority, because apparently if all your characters are max level and a new expansion happens, if you don't log in, because like when you get to max level, your experience bar goes away, and if you log in once there's a new level cap, then that bar reappears, and then you start earning rested. So you only have to log in if your characters are max level. If your characters are like 64, 68, you don't need to log in, because they've got a progress bar. So the reason why I'm doing this, because my long-term goal is to get all of them to 120. I mean, level 80, right? I've got to get all 120 tunes to level 80. And then it's kind of like, it might take like 2 hours to log them all in. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I log them in, they're starting to gain rested. And it takes 10 days of rested to get 1.5 bars. So after the first week, so after 10 days and I go start playing my other alts, at least they're going to have enough rested experience so that we're kind of like every activity we're getting double the XP. You know what I'm saying? So like if you can have double EXP through all those characters, then you're leveling twice as quick as anyone else who doesn't do the rested. That's why I do rested experience first before I touch anything. So I'll log into all my characters, and then the next step, I'm going to level my main to level 80 and unlock the adventure mode. So I'm going to go do all the main story quests, level up to 80, unlock the adventures zone, because if you go to Dornigal, there's like a spyglass there. You'll see it, and then that unlocks adventure mode, which gives you like world quests, and you can go any zone on any alt. I have to do that first because the next 2 points here is level dual gatherer to 80. So if I don't do the adventure mode unlock first, then I can't fly straight. I'm not free to fly anywhere as a dual gatherer. So once my main's 80, I'm going to do dual gatherer and just level. I'm literally just going to gather until level 80, and then I'm going to do it again. I'll put it here, level 2 more alts to level 80 for the bonus EXP. So if you're not sure, I'm sort of rushing to get to 5 level 80 alts, because for every level 80 alt, you get 5% experience bonus. So if you level 5, though, you get 5 times 5 is 25% experience bonus. Plus, if you're in war mode, that's another 10%. So that's 35% XP bonus on top of your double rested experience. So you're going to level quickly. So that just doing that first is a priority for me. And then everything I get, I'm selling on the auction house. I ain't keeping nothing for first week. No chance, man. No chance. Everything I get, I'm going to sell. I'm obviously going to make a list of the stuff I sell. So in next week's episode, you can see exactly what I sold in orders of quantity. But yeah, that's the new goals. That's my week 1 in the War Within. I hope everyone enjoys that. And yeah, so like in conclusion, War Within's here. What are we gonna do? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. I'm here by myself in my apartment here on the 56th floor. No, I'm joking. I'm glad everyone watching is with me, and I hope everyone's gonna have a wicked weekend. I'm gonna have a little bit of a junk food binge. I'm gonna go to Costco and get a pizza, and I'm gonna get some soft drink and some snacks, and we're gonna have some fun this weekend. I'm not even gonna leave the house, not once, unless my missus wants to. But yeah. So that's the conclusion. I hope this episode's probably a bit rambly, a bit longer. So next week we'll bring it down and that. And yeah, so all the best, have some fun, and we'll see you later, mate.